Hello guys and welcome. That's right, we're back yet again. Very quickly after Katowice, we're moving into the Mumbai qualifiers here for ESL One, and I'm joined by the one and only Lacoste. Oh, he's not here. Lacoste?
Oh, I'm here, buddy.
I can't touch you anymore. You're not I can't see you wink at me, I can't see you smirk at me, but, dude, we've got a draft. Should we just jump into it? I think that's the right play. Who's...
That's a good idea, my boy Gary.
It sure is. And you know what I've forgotten to do? I forgot to mute co-broadcasters. We talked about it earlier. I forgot to click it. Now it's good.
All right, all Gucci. What a time to be alive. Viper, first pick material. First pick, first ban.
Oh.
Man, I don't know how much Dota you witnessed in the past month, but this hero is disgusting, man. This hero is something else. He can farm so fast. His second ability... This is the beauty of Dota. You have heroes who are like mostly picked, then suddenly everyone realizes that the hero that no one was picking is actually one of the strongest heroes in the game.
Yeah. Just like it just takes one person to find a build, right? You know, mid one with the Arcanes, Rod of Atos, Mech. All of a sudden people are like, holy crap. We don't need to buy stats. We don't need to buy damage or Maelstrom or Dragonlance. We just need to buy tanky, get something to cancel TPs, and Viper is a viable hero again.
Yeah, Rod of Atos has been so popular. The item has been garbage besides some 3K scrubs picking it in the public games on Podge, so you can't miss your hook.
Yeah.
But now that it stops at TP, it's a completely different story.
I actually... There was a point where I loved Rod of Atos when it gave you the when it gave the cripple, the accuracy, you know, it had all these cool little special effects on it. And they removed them all and I thought, okay, what's the point in having the item at all? And now you look at it and you think, oh, because they changed they changed the root mechanic, they changed all that good stuff. And suddenly it's a beautiful item to pick up again. But what have we got? EPG against Mahoney squad, Tiny, Magnus, Kotl, Razor, Viper, Night Stalker, Lifestealer's thrown in there as well with a Darkseer and a Grimstroke. But a Bounty first pick, Enigma second pick. Very interesting from Mahoney squad. EPG much more kind of stock, standard, very simple and down-to-earth draft with a Bane and a Sven to open things up.
Yeah, man, I don't think you should pick Sven. This hero is extremely bad right now. I remember that it had, I think, around 10% win rate at the last event.
Yeah, Sven and Juggernaut at Katowice did very poorly. I remember.
Same goes for Grimstroke. Like this hero really feels unplayable at the moment. There are many heroes who do the same job better, and the Bounty Hunter has been on the rise for sure. This hero, I see him being counter-picked to a Lifestealer and most melee cores where you just want to cripple them as much as possible from start.
Especially if they're building for like one big item, right? You know, you need that Midas timing, but then it's also the kind of Radiance timing afterwards. If that gets slowed down just by having your gold stolen, things get a little nasty.
10 seconds remaining.
They picked Enigma into Bane, which is gonna be
5 seconds
hard to play into. A lot of stuns on EPG. Anything can interrupt Enigma's Black Hole. We see more and more Enigmas being played as position 4 than as a core.
Still nothing that can really handle Eidolons in lane. Bane can struggle against them. Sven doesn't really want to get up to them and try and clear them. But I guess Elder Titan will be able to get, you know, a bit of bonus from his spirit from now and then.
Yeah, but this says that this Sven is core, so it could be pause 3, pause 1.
Radiant team.
I've seen a little bit of pause 1 Sven come back a little bit, but Witch Doctor now for Mahoney squad. That's going to be decent to cancel out these channeling spells with a Stomp, with a Fiend's Grip. Give you a little bit of an escape mechanism if you're being chased down by EPGs. Pretty good single target stuns and disables. But it also adds to this push. You know, you're going to have Bounty Hunter with some auras potentially. Enigma definitely will be building up auras, but Witch Doctor just with Voodoo Restoration can keep pushes going. And EPG right now, their wave clear is minimal. They have Elder Titan to drag creeps off towers. Outside of that, they can't really clear creep waves.
What if you build Battle Furies on your cores and you have a built-in cleave with Sven. That's wave clear, Gary.
But then you have to walk into the creep wave.
10 seconds.
And you know
That's
bad
true.
things happen when you walk into creep waves.
5
For those who don't know, Mahoney squad, that's from Police Academy. That's the Mahoney, at least from what I saw on the picture.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure you remember the movie.
Yeah. My favorite's always the guy who does the sound effects. I never remember his name.
Beatboxing and I don't know.
Making robot noises, pretends to be
Yeah,
a fire engine. Yeah, he's sick. Pugna. That's really going to ramp up this push for Mahoney squad as well. It's not something you kind of look towards when you see Bounty, Enigma. But then when you add a Witch Doctor and a Pugna, it really does start to ramp up.
Yeah, they could actually go all in with the push if they decide to go for something like Lycan. The Eidolons are going to benefit from him. They have Pugna with a lot of pressure on the towers. And they, as you mentioned, they don't have any AoE, anything that they can clear the way with.
seconds.
Where do we head into now? Final bans. Troll Warlord
5
goes.
seconds remaining.
Last one for Mahoney squad. Oh, are we looking for a mid-hero for EPG here? Something for Baranya, I guess.
Yeah, it feels like they need a mid-hero.
They need a mid-hero who does everything, though. Is this where we start looking towards like a Shadow Fiend or something for them? Give you some wave clear, give you a flash farmer that can maybe play tempo control with like Sven ET. Gives you a bit of team fight. But I don't imagine like SF just loses to Pugna though.
Yeah, for sure. Pugna is gonna out-level him. Once he hits level 6, it's a dead Shadow Fiend for sure. Elements Pro Gaming, they beat Team Empire and the Windstrike to get here. Let me just check what they played. They played some Puck, some Monkey King. Puck again. This could be Carry Tide from what I see. And I like it. So I'm getting a message, Gary, that people can only hear me in-game.
Interesting. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They can hear me now.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Lacoste.
my buddy Crow Pro.
That's my fault. My apologies.
Remaining.
Dota likes to reset my settings, and sometimes I
Dota.
don't stay on top of it. I've got to keep an eye on it. That is my fault, you know. When you let your kid run free or you let your dog off the leash, it's your responsibility, even if they mess up. And Dota 2 is our child.
Yeah, so they have nothing that can lock Tidehunter and no burst damage besides Phantom Assassin crits, so it doesn't feel good to play against this Tide. And I don't think the last hero is going to be able to shut him down.
Yeah, he's a big beefy boy. And now a Pango for EPG. That looks like it's going to be a mid Pango to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it is mid Pango for sure. It's going to be offlane Sven.
Okie dokie.
For those who don't know, Mahoney squad, we have a couple of names that we know from before, and a couple of new ones. We have Yol, Undershock, Sedoy. They all played for Tier 2 towers in CIS for quite some time. And
Tier 2 towers.
What did I say? Towers? I meant teams, yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
But Bounty and Enigma, I don't know who these guys are. I couldn't find any info on them.
I recognize Sonic, but I can't remember where from.
I recognize Dandy in his nickname.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's surprising. I can't remember. He's probably stood in for like Empire or Na'Vi or something along the lines. But draft versus draft, I feel like Mahoney squad have the upper hand.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they have a lot of team fighting potential. They can pressure the towers.
It seems simpler
I guess
to
the
execute.
Pangolier is going to be the one who's try to outpush the lanes and join the fights because their supports are not that mobile on side of EPG. Even if you rotate, let's say, Bane to a mid lane, I don't think there's much kill potential unless Pango is level 6.
And the possibility for Mahoney squad to like match up the Tide against the Pango, they've got all of these lane matchups that they can win quite nicely. It's going to be difficult for EPG, especially when a large part of this game is going to be on the back of Baranya. This Pango is going to have to go off. Put his team on his shoulders and make all these sick rotations, find kills, but also win team fights for them. It's feeling like an uphill battle potentially for EPG, and maybe a simpler game, at least simpler to execute draft from Mahoney squad with the way that they can set up their pushes into these tier 1s early on.
I saw this matchup, Pango against Pagna, during Katowice, and I was surprised how good Pango does. Like, he's not really threatened by the Qualifier, because he either uses Swashbuckle or Shield Crash to secure the last hits, and even gets away with Swashbuckle. So it's gonna matter if he gets harassed a lot during the first 2 waves.
It's also his attack animation, right? Like his front swing and his back swing are pretty quick. And he's able to get last hits and re-maneuver himself very speedily, which against a ranged hero is such an amazing ability to have. Just naturally on your hero. But bottom bounty runes, top bounty runes, we will see a bit of a scrap between EPG and Mahoney squad. Mitch is going straight in there. Doesn't get the bounty though. Baraban will grab one of the northern ones. And down south, it looks like we will get the 2 for 2 across the map. Nothing really lost, nothing really gained. Who comes out on top in the regen battle? Mitch loses half of his HP. I think the Dire team going to be reasonably happy with the way things went there.
It's going to be carry bounty hunter.
Haha.
I didn't see bounty on the carry position yet because it's hard to itemize with this hero. It's both easy and hard because you can build all the team fighting items, but also it's very difficult. You need to be very wise about what you want to build on this hero, because I've seen him go completely useless if he's not doing well at the early stage. This might be a good lane for him because he's playing against the 2 melee heroes, which means that his Junata procs are gonna steal some gold. But Elder Titan is doing a really good job just pulling the wave with boots of speed. There's no way they can catch him.
And he'll reset that equilibrium back towards that tier 1 of the Radiant side. But yeah, Bounty's always been one of those heroes, I feel like, similar to Nyx Assassin in some regards, that there's no item you need, right? Maybe now with the changes to his abilities where he has become a little more kind of physical damage focused, we'll see more of these standard builds appear with kind of S and Y, Solar Crest and all that good stuff. But I don't know about a carry bounty. Where's the Battle Fury? That's what I want to know. Battle Fury bounty, bring it back.
Oh please God, no, Midas bounty, bring it back. What's the most Midases that you saw in game?
In a pro game?
Your public game, pro game, doesn't matter.
In my pub games, I mean 10. I've seen 10 Midases, because the thing is, as soon as like if you're in like a 5-man stack, right? And you see one of your players is going Midas, then another, it's like a chain of, it's a domino effect, right? One person goes Midas, so the other one's like, oh, he's going, so I'll go. And then the enemy team sees that someone's going Midas, so they go, oh, he's going it, I'll go it. And you just have this kind of nuclear reactor meltdown where everyone goes Midas.
Let me tell you something, Gary. That item is fucking overrated. It's not as good as people think it is.
Oh, for sure. It's good, it's just not that good. Oh, down bottom.
It's good if you want to keep dominating, but I see people trying to recover with Hand of Midas. Most of the time, it just doesn't work.
It's a bit of a backfire.
Yeah. You can check the CS on mid. Pango, same CS as Pagna.
Sure is. Doing very well. PA is doing very well down bottom, but this is mainly because Sonic the Enigma back in the jungle has just been denying creeps from time to time and hasn't had any real lane presence. So Bane is dealing with Sudoi decently enough. Enigma with 13 CS already though, that's a spooky prospect. While top lane Bounty doing very well against this dual lane melee, like you mentioned. Pretty easy for him to grab CS, steal gold with Janada. But then Elder Titan is left to make some real big juicy stacks for later on.
Yeah, no one's killing anything on the top lane. Sven saving a skill point. Same goes for Bounty. Witch Doctor, there's gonna be a... Oh, there's no Stomp from Elder Titan. He went 0-1-1 build, but it's going to be more than enough.
He's got some real big punches, and Baraban might be in trouble as well. Bounty doesn't have invis. He's leveled up Shuriken now. Didn't go for the Shadow Walk. Will back up and pocket the salve, which was in his backpack. Great first blood, though, from Mitch and LeBron. And they've got a nice wave under this tier 1 to potentially dive a little further, but it looks like they've expended the majority of their resources.
Oh, yeah, this is where Elder Titan got his damage from.
Yeah. Some real massive stacks. And how about this mid lane now? 16-6, 17-5. Very, very even between the two. As Undershot grabs up the double nulls. Baranya bottle heading into Magic Wand. It feels like a bit of a weird game. Oh, is LeBron okay? Yeah, Maledict's still level 1 only. That's level 2, but not enough damage pumped into him to really make him fear for his life.
He needs to run. He needs to run back, or Shrine is going to be ready in a couple of seconds. He might need to stack it. All right, it's being pinged out. Sven still has no point in Great Cleave. Okay, they're gonna use 2-man Shrine, maybe stack both of the camps to get the most out of it.
I think
We're gonna talk about our boy Tidehunter on the bottom lane. He's level 4, having a really good time. Meanwhile, Enigma is just stacking, jungling. He even has a Blightstone, so he can farm faster.
Yeah, this bottom lane is basically 2 position 3s, right? Enigma's jungling and getting tons of CS in the jungle. Sodoi hasn't really been bullied out of lane. Bane hasn't been able to do that with the PA, just like you said during the draft, due to Anchor Smash being so good against these melee carries. They try and bully him, but he's got level 3 Kraken Shell. He just stands there and says, yeah, come on then. Show me what you got.
Come at me, bro. Yeah, it's not very effective. And Enigma's gonna have a really good timing on Helm of the Dominator. And once Tide hits level 6, they can start pressuring the towers. Siege Creep spawned right now, which means that he's not gonna be there for the next 4 minutes.
2-man stun top, and in goes LeBron. Big whacks onto Yol, but the turn from Baraban might be able to pop LeBron with the Maledict down. He goes. EPG lose their ET, and Mitch still hunting for this Witch Doctor. Cuts the tree and says thank you very much. The 1-for-1 trade will materialize for them. Bit of a scrappy lane.
He should have just tried to run away. I think Sven Stan was on cooldown. There was no point in juking 361. Move speed against 347. Sven still needed 2 more hits and maybe even force him to use a mango. So he gets the kill with the Stormhammer. Just get the most out of it. He would miss some CS on the lane as well.
Sodoi even has his Bassi down bottom now as well. So additional armor for him makes it pretty much impossible for him to die. Until maybe Swift Ending hits level 6 and gets a few lucky crits. Oh, Lacoste. Do you see what the PA has queued up? That's a Hand of Midas.
That's not a good build on Phantom Assassin for sure, man. If you want to go full greed, just get Battle Fury instead. Like, this hero is not that level dependent. I've seen people going for him. I mean, I've seen people building Hand of Midas on any hero. Doesn't really matter.
It's just a universal thing now.
Yeah, if they can try to steal the stack from EPG, let's say Tidehunter.
Oh, Ravage bottom.
Enigma.
They've cracked the Maledict onto Swift Ending as well. A nice Phantom Strike to the north, but that's never going to survive. Phantom Assassin down you go, pops to the final tick. And a quick tier 1 push as well. Like you said, with this Helm of the Dominator on Sonic, he's already grabbed up the catapult. They could go tier 2 here easily.
Yeah, this is... Like, you need to expect this kind of things. Tidehunter hits level 6, you want to play around Ravage. You know Enigma is jungling, which means that he's going to bring an item or just join them in a team fight. And they have no wave clear. They might even need to rotate Pango. Pango does not have a TP. Let's see if he's flying out. Yeah, he's flying out 1 TP right now. 27 seconds on cooldown.
Is top lane alright? No, it's not. LeBron gets caught by the Pugnus rotation, and now Yol with Baraban maybe looking for Mitch. He's managed to wander off quite nicely. But I'm just looking at these wards, hey? Lacoste, look at the triple obs down in the bottom half of the map from the Dire. They see everything.
Yeah, they're playing extremely aggressive. They have a lot of vision. They've came prepared. This is a good pickup for Pangolier. Haste Rune, so which means he can gank the side lane, misses Swashbuckle. Okay, that ward is being pinged out. You should not use your spells like that.
You should not use your spells like that. And Sadoy gets to stick around bottom. PA doesn't really
this is what I wanted to ask you, Gary.
Yeah?
Is Bounty Hunter gonna build drums?
Yes. I'm going to tell you yes. In we go with the Rolling Thunder. Swashbuckler to start things off, but the Shrine is popped and the heal comes through for the Dire team. Do we have a black hole? Not yet. It's level 5 Enigma, but the turnaround drain from the Pugna clears up DNZ. LeBron's already fallen, and Baranya has to run, turn tail, and hide. But he doesn't have a Swashbuckle. 16 one-chargers he does have. Now he can jump over the cliffs. Is it far enough away? He's tracked. He's being hunted. Bounty Hunter. He's on his track, and he's running forward for it.
Steal his money. Nope, not gonna happen. You know why I wanted to ask if Bounty Hunter is gonna build drums? Because his name is Baraban. In Russian, it means drums.
Oh, does it?
It does, yeah.
That's nice.
Makes a lot of sense.
Good knowledge, Lacoste. That's what we bring you in for.
Yeah, I'm a man of many languages.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Pugna gets to push that mid-tier 1 now. Yol's gonna stick around, but it just feels like, you know, the net is closing in around EPG. They've got to find a hole to try and escape from, but I don't see what that avenue is. I don't see, you know, the item or the level.
That's not the black hole. You do not want to go through black hole, come back into the game.
You're absolutely right. You do.
And if you go 5 minutes straight into a black hole, it takes you to game number 2 instantly.
Well, maybe this is it. Undershocker's overstepped. Went for the bounty runes and gets found by 4. EPG, they bring the numbers. And that's the way they can defeat the beast. That is Mahoney squad. Mid-tier 1, not going to get denied as DNZ attempt to do so. As the double catapults yet again coming in. Mitch and Baranya very aggressively towards the creep wave. But look at Sonic. He's holding that black hole, ready and waiting from the tree line. Has been spotted by the Radiant Obs ward though. And DNZ trying ever so carefully just to hold back as best he can. But 10 minutes in. Sven is actually reasonably well farmed. He cleared all these stacks, I assume, so he's got himself a good amount of money. Nearly has the Vlads on top of Treads and Bracer. But the rest of his team's struggling.
Yeah, and he's high level. He's level 8, which means 4 points in Warcry. That's going to mitigate a ton of physical damage in a team fight. But the problem is that still they don't have any wave clear. Once they group up as 5, you can see they're playing so well around catapult timing. They always bring 2. They use Midnight Pulse. Even Midnight Pulse right now, level 1 is extremely greedy. Hype it up, Gary.
They've got the Ravage here. EPG are playing into Ravage. Sure enough, the Rolling Thunder will just bounce around inside. But Mitch, the highest farmed hero, like we were just saying, on this Radiant team, gets slaughtered, annihilated as the tier 2 falls as well. It's just easy pickings for this Dire team. Sadoy just TP's top. He's going to shut down the PA now. Radiant Jungle belongs to Mahoney squad. I yet again just wonder. I'm struggling to think of a way out. Bane, he turns with the Fiend's Grip. Nightmare will end in a second for Baraban. He's going to swipe down on DNZ's Bane and take his gold. Give me your pocket money. Thank you very much. The Decrepit to stun. Swashbuckle's ready. Baranya gets a little bit of distance, but I don't think it's far enough. More money into the bank account of Baraban. In comes Mitch, though. Maybe a turnaround. Stomp lands onto the Witch Doctor behind, but Bounty's so speedy. The drums in the phase. The track, and he's out. There's no chasing now for EPG. With no vision on the high ground, they cannot get back into their own jungle.
Oh man, this is not looking good for EPG. They've used Bane ulti, they didn't get a single kill from it. Elder Titan is really underleveled. He's only level 5, 12 minutes in, and Tidehunter is solo pushing top. He has Mana Boots, Vlad's finished, has Guardian Greaves queued up. Once he gets that item, that's gonna mitigate a ton of the damage from EPG.
Usually in these situations, if I'm in EPG's position, I say, team, follow me. And we go as 5. We move as 5.
Which hero are you in this game?
Oh, I'm a PA. I'm a PA for sure. Team, follow me. We'll go get them. But the PA has a Midas, so I don't feel like that's plan A to begin with. The PA needs to kind of AFK farm. So then it's down to the Pango to make plays. So does he say, follow me, let's go? But then you're playing into Enigma, Black Hole, Ravage, Witch Doctor Cask. It's seemingly impossible. Unless you have a really nice smoke read and can play into one of these solo heroes. But then you appear As 4 or 5 heroes as Mahoney squad themselves, like 3 shoving in mid, Enigma's pushed bot, back into the jungle. Everything's very crisp and clean from them so far.
And they can see Bane. Good rotations, good vision coming up from the Dire team. Their ultis are going to be ready in next couple of seconds if they want to pressure other tier 2 towers. They're drawing on minimap. Okay, there's also tier 1 tower on the top. But they're already taking control of enemy jungle.
Enigma nearly has a blink dagger now. 4 heroes in the top 5 net worth with a 5,000 lead here for the Dire team.
He should get Hand of Midas.
The Enigma?
Yeah, he
Just
could.
to push the advantage.
Yeah, I don't think this game is going to end that quickly. It might if they get a good black hole into Ravage, but with Hand of Midas, he can scale so much in this game. He's not buying anything. Witch Doctor's taking care of all the support items. He has Helm of Dominator, which means that he can farm the lane, farm the jungle, has Eidolons, but Blink Dagger is gonna be, he just smoked and gonna TP mid. They wanna try to make something happen right now.
And that's the thing, it's so early on into this game. I kind of would have liked the Midas myself, just because of the respawn times on EPG are going to be so low that if you expend Black Hole and Ravage, they're alive in 10 seconds again anyway. Mitch takes a blast to the back of the head. And now a gush as the tier 2 falls. Already forced to pop the war cry very early on. A high ground attempt coming in.
They got robbed. 4 bounty runes on the side of EPGs.
Oh, really? Did they?
Do good for them. Only 3k gold lead. They have a Hand of Midas. They have... I mean, it's tough, but you have Elder Titan who can just stall the game for you, even though he's only level 6. They're gonna catch Bane. That's gonna be a good kill, good chunk of money. Oh.
They also know where the PA is. Swift Ending has a TP. Are they planning to fight around this? Yes, they are. Sonic jumped upon. Nice decrep, though, as Undershot keeps him alive for about a second longer. That second little bounce coming through from Barania will clear him up.
Yeah, I blame Tidehunter for this one. He was showing on the top lane, which gave EPG enough info that they can team fight against. They already killed the Enigma. And Tidehunter still farming on the lane instead of just trying to hide from it to either fake TP or either just join the team fight.
He does have a catapult up here and now a bounty hunter coming in. They won't make any commitment onto the PA, who is working very diligently on that Desolator to come out soon on Swift Ending. She's now top of the net worth, about 7,000 on this PA. Midas off cooldown though, need to get a usage out of that quickly.
Oh, user, that's not good. Like, this is unacceptable.
There's no...
Don't at me. Like, this is bad.
Come on, Swift Ending, get mid. Midas! There we go. Eat the catapult. And where's the rest of EPG? Getting hit by a cask, but they've stomped up Witch Doctor. Mitch with a quick little God Strength looking for a simple kill. Again, the decrep buys some time, but it's irrelevant to the life.
They're gonna lose tier 2 tower.
Oh, Mahoney squad thinking about retreating. Only 3 of them up here and no real way for Undershock to arrive. And just with a Pango TP, they've defended or not. A black hole. Here it comes. Down goes Baranya, maybe. Never mind. Swashbuckle does get used, but the Shuriken and the Gush come out just in time. And now Roshan is an easy objective for the Dire to go and take themselves, but it's Swift Ending in the mid that's taking a massive amount of damage from that Pugna. Has to fall away to the jungle. Sadoy just walks up high ground at the top lane. Catapult still going. And clocked by the stomp, but yet again, this Tidehunter is just so massive. There's no way to kill him.
He's really not afraid of anything. They can't lock him down with any of the spells. He's tanky enough to survive through initial burst, has Ravage, Mech, and halfway to Guardian Greaves. The bad thing about Bounty Hunter as a core, especially if you want to play some kind of a damage dealing bounty, is that you definitely need an item that can keep you in front, because the hero is extremely squishy. He has a lot of armor though. He's sitting on 21 armor right now, but his HP is extremely low.
Might need a BKB soon as well. EPG making their move. Tide nightmared, but look at Swift ending. Blown off the face of the map. Under shock. Makes short work of him. Baranya not going to go for the Rolling Thunder. A two-man stun holds the Dire back, but in they move towards Mitch now. Sven out in the open, all alone. A nice Earth Splitter will try and cut them off. But the fact that Sudoi is able to get in front of the Sven, even a Stormhammer there, okay, maybe it keeps him alive. You're right, the blink is there. He survives. The PA, though, still getting caught. Dead for 15 seconds, and a bit of structural damage coming the way of the Radiant as the Pugna opens things up with a blast. Delay tactics from LeBron's Elder Titan. And what do we have? We still have the Ravage, right? Ravage and Mech available. No Black Hole for about a minute, though. Just over a minute.
I think we only saw one Ravage, but it's not necessarily needed to be used. You can just play around it, and if enemy is weaker, they do not want to engage into a Tidehunter. Plus, you don't have a hero like a Disruptor, like a Doom, who can keep him in place, lock him down, so your team can kill him. So it's a guaranteed Ravage. Tier 3 tower is gone. They're gonna pick off the Shrine probably, but they need not to show on the lanes, because this is where Elements Pro Gaming can come back into the game. They have a high ground ward, so they can see them attacking the Shrine. They can see where Tidehunter is farming.
And they see the little Centaur whacking away at it. And right now, Swift ending. BKB queued, gets a bit of time back in the jungle. They only lost to tier 3, so EPG not out of this by any means. 7-8k lead for the Dire team, 5-11 at 20 minutes. Do you see a struggle potentially, or is this Dire team on a timer?
Not necessarily. Like Bounty can scale, but he needs to fight a lot so he can get a lot of items. Pugna definitely does his own things, especially with the build that he's going for. Blink into Dagon so he can blow up PA before she gets a BKB, even after the BKB is on cooldown. Tidehunter can also swap to a damage dealer if necessary. This is why I wanted Enigma to get Hand of Midas, because at one point this game is just gonna try to stall. Elements Pro Gaming has a good way to Pango with Elder Titan. They need to try to use a smoke, try to get a pick off, just buy some time for Phantom Assassin to get her own BKB.
Well, into Roshan they go. Sonic will bring his little army in, his little friends, his babies, coming in and help out. As Baraban, we finished the Manta style. Tidehunter, like you mentioned, has the Greaves done with the Vlads on top. Under shock with that Dagon 1 completed, all guarding the Roshan pit, and no way for EPG to get inside. They've got Swift ending down bottom, farming away, shoving tier 1. Might be able to clear it up if they commit for it. Very patient though. There we go, Swift ending jumps forward. A great job, EPG, they feel like they can't contest into Ravage, Black Hole, so they keep both side lanes pushed out real far. They've got mid lane to farm for Baranya here quite nicely. So they get a lot out of the map during that Roshan take, which wasn't quick by Mahoney squad by any means.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And it's going to take another minute or so for the Dire team to come back, reset their lanes, unless they want to go straight high ground mid, which is a definite possibility as they charge straight towards the Radiant base.
Yeah, it's being pinged out. Pango now has Guardian Greaves for himself with 4 points in shield crash. If he can get it off, just try to be that tanky frontliner, but they're pressuring the towers. Pugna has Arcane Rune.
Oh, Mitch, he's going in. He's popped the smoke. Jump forward. Where's the stun? It catches Pugna in with the Earth Splitter. We go, and the PA slays. Undershock's gone. This Death Ward does no damage through the Guardian Greaves, and EPG, they hold their high ground with a nice smoke maneuver. Mitch blows one up. 2 heroes down from the Dire side, and they've wasted their Ravage. Sudoi now no longer has that defensive mechanism, no teamfight ability, trying to run away from the PA, but Swift ending is incredibly powerful. EPG not only defend, only losing a ranged barracks, but they get kills off the back of it. And because they push the side lanes, the map is theirs to control.
Huge mistake from Dire team. They gave Aegis to Bounty Hunter. Like, this hero is not gonna do that much. You just want to protect Pugna. He's the slow siege. If Pugna dies, you need to fall back.
They're coming in to fight this. Witch Doctor's TP'd. Mitch might die, but they pop the Greaves. Try and get Baraban as he's nightmared up. Swift and he's killed the Witch Doctor back, but who cares about him? It's the bounty in the front that's the big kill to grab. Yol does tick down Mitch with a Maledict. Undershock. I didn't even see him come in, but he's been blown up. Now a black hole. Sonic onto the 3 of them. Baraban swiping away with the crits and the hits, but a triple kill for Swift ending. Still alive, dodging and evading, finally taken out of the game, and the Aegis will fall. Reclaimed by Baranya in a messy, scrappy battle where heroes filter in one by one. The Dire still don't look confident with their teamfight abilities, though, against this EPG lineup.
No, I mean, Tidehunter went away from Pugna in that teamfight as well. He could have ravaged right away because there's no BKBs. Sven has one queued up. Phantom Assassin just finished hers, so he could have disrupted the initiation on Pugna.
Is this the beginning of the comeback?
Yeah, it looks like it. Phantom Assassin is the beast right now. She's level 16, has 25 cleave, so she can push out the waves.
Nice. That's pretty big. And you got Sven, who's about halfway to his BKB. I saw Bounty had queued one up, but well, he's bought it, right? It's fully complete? Yeah. So Bounty does have his BKB. It just doesn't feel like he's having that much impact in these fights.
With BKB he can. Once he gets MKB, he can go on Phantom Assassin and just try to force her to use a BKB. He can follow her. He's really not threatened by PA that much because he has, once he's near Vlad's and Guardian Greaves, 33 armor. That's insane.
That's pretty big. So right now, Dire Team, they need that Lincoln's on the Enigma. They need Black Hole to come back up, which is, again, another minute and 10 seconds. But finally, EPG get to play on the enemy side of the river. Enemy side of the map. Get some... Do they get any wards? They've got a sentry down, but they don't actually have any observer wards to place over on this side.
Oh, this is big. If he gets proc on a Basher, it could change things, especially on Pugna. And I like the item choice on Pugna. It sounds good, but it might also backfire. Like, getting this item is cool, but he can just get one-shotted by a Blink Dagger, and then it procs, and you basically spend 3,000 gold for nothing.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Tidehunter now with a Blink. So they've got the Blink Ravage, Blink Black Hole in 20, top tier 2, being touched by EPG, but they'll give up on that commitment now. It really would be nice if EPG had some observers, just to give them a bit of vision in the, in this Dire jungle area, up on this high ground, maybe around the shrine. Unfortunate that they don't have the capabilities. Oh, that's also a good reason. Yol has given the Bounty Hunter a gem now. So Bounty can move across the map and start de-warding.
Yeah, if they can get that gem from them, it could be huge. If EPG smoke, but they need Bane in it. They need to grip him and others to deal damage and steal away that gem. It's going to be super effective against Bounty. Oh, they just popped the dust. Witch Doctor knows something is up.
Oh yeah, but the Basher on the Pango also super sick against the Enigma, right? If you can stop that black hole with a swashbuckle, doesn't matter if he has Lincolns.
Dire are scanning.
They're gonna ruin that team fight. And now, a Mahoney squad, they're gonna group up. I'm not entirely sure where they head from this because Tide is top, 4 heroes are down bottom, maybe a connection through that northern shrine area on the Radiant side just to try and make a fight happen.
If Enigma went for that Hand of Midas, he would have had one more item by now.
He would have the
BKB,
would have been
right? Level 15 with either GPM talent, cooldown reduction. He would have used that Midas more often, or just have more GPM. Oh, this is a huge kill if they can grab it.
Yeah, Decrep and Ravage, they're just gonna go in for everything. Pango down, has buyback. But he's
They need to force a buyback and just go back
EPG.
without getting any deaths.
They've put wards down, but there's the Fiend's Grip. In we go with Swift Ending. Nice catch on the bounty, but it's too tanky. Swift Ending can't finish him off. They turn and they fight. Baraban is running and he's bashed and he's slain, he's killed, he's mad that he's not, he's alive! And now Sonic, the black hole! Onto 3 is beautiful from Mahoney squad. Down goes the Sven, the buyback from the Pango will arrive with the Rolling Thunder, catching the tide, and Yol trying to buy some time, but Sonic is falling, and Undershock struggling to dish out the damage. Swift Ending surviving, but finally falling, and the Pango is chasing. Looking for more kills, he needs to stop this dire team. They've killed off the cause. Tide is the only one left standing as Yol will TP back home. Sadoy blinks after the nightmare, but a good buyback from Baranya keeping EPG in this game.
Yeah, they need to fall back quickly. They know that there's no Ravage. Once he used the buyback, they just need to try to get as far from EPG as possible, even if it means getting 1-2 casualties. And this is the downside that I'm about. Pugna, he bought that Eon disc, and Phantom Assassin used 1 dagger and it procced.
And then what?
And then he just died. Like, your Force Staff would be a really great item. And you can push people out of the position while they're gripped. Sven goes in with the stun, force people out of the ET stomp, just force Phantom Assassin to use a blink BKB on a target and get him out of the focus.
And this is where we really start to see the difference in these two teams. You know, the draft looked good for Mahoney squad, and we both felt that the advantage is theirs, and this game is kind of in their hands. But EPG have played so well as a squad, and I think that fight is a really good example of it, where Bounty goes up kind of alone. The other heroes don't want to commit onto that high ground, even though they get a ward down.
Piranha just gave bottle to Phantom Assassin. She bottled double damage. They have Basher, and they're...
Oh, Witch Doctor.
Blade on him.
I'm so sorry, Yol. Destroyed, and Swift Ending moves in. Quick and easy. Kills on the Witch Doctor and the Enigma. Sadoy destroyed. EPG, it's now theirs. This game swung so hard.
Yeah, this is the classic textbook example of how inexperience is gonna lose you the game. Like, the decision making, what you need to do, play around your spells. They played extremely well.
Experience and leadership. That's where I was going with that previous point. You know, EPG playing as a squad, 100% of the time following the calls, and now the call is to take the racks. Full lane middle gone. Now buybacks from the dire team.
There's no need to buy back right now.
What are they doing? This is awkward. They're chasing. They desperately need to make something happen off these buybacks, but I don't think they can. EPG, they turn with a grip. Who have they caught? The Witch Doctor gone. Yol will trade his life for the Banes. Baranya should be able to get out of this as Bane DNZ buys back. They want to fight. EPG want to battle them, because if they get a couple of these buyback heroes, they could end the game.
Yeah, I guess the mindset behind it was that they're gonna go for Roche, maybe try to get a pick off, and then get either Aegis or Cheese on those who bought back. Bottom lane is being pinged out. Pango already outpushed the wave. He's level 23, has 3,000 gold. Oh my god. And they have that gem, which means that they're gonna get rid of the enemy vision. Who has a buyback? Let me just check. Pango does not have one. Phantom Assassin.
Bounty nearly has it.
Yeah.
Pugna does. Tide, Enigma both use theirs, as they've got Ravage and Black Hole and would have liked to use it. An Arcane Rune bottom spawning. Pugna, are you going to grab that one for you? That's a bit greedy. Giving it to Pugna. Get as many Dagons and Nether Blasts as you can, and a smoke on the courier indicates that the Mahoney squad really desperately want to make a play right now. They're actually drawing the line to that same spot that they failed at before. LeBron showing in the mid lane, but he's bait. He is very obviously bait. EPG have sat right behind him. The long wraparound from the Dire squad as they've scanned on the high ground into the Ancients area. And Witch Doctor leading the charge. Bounty still lurking on the outskirts of the fight. But here we go. Ward up. Ravage forward. This is a dieback on the Pango. If they can kill him, the Nightmare save. Where's the black hole? They've got the Malefice there, but Piranha jumps away with another swashbuckle. They can't follow through. He's not going to die. He's going to get his Rolling Thunder off and escape through this. The damage onto the Witch Doctor from Mitch's Sven. Down you go. Mahoney squad. Piranha with a jump back in again. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that it's going to be a dieback if he falls. He will be saved by the Pain Nightmare. DNZ, you fucking god! How have they done it? A 5-man wipe and EPG look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, they're going to take this slow. Free Roche for them. Enigma was hesitating to use Black Hole on this Pango, but if they wanted to win this fight, he needed to use the Black Hole there. I didn't see where Bounty was standing. It felt like he did nothing in the previous fight.
And that's the thing. That's what we've been talking about. Bounty with this item build just doesn't feel like he's had much of an impact. I just want to point out, you're talking about Bounty's positioning. Look at DNZ. He just goes straight down mid, pushes the wave, he's on the tier 4s, and they know that there's, what, 3 heroes without buyback here for the Dire team. 2 heroes without buyback, at the very least, due to the timers. And I think it's GG, Lacoste. It's over.
Yeah, it is. They don't have buybacks. Even if Enigma gets out, it really doesn't matter. They're just gonna take. Yeah, that's just bad decision making throughout the mid game, whether they should engage or not. They played extremely well around the catapults timing with Enigma. Played it good around the Ravage. Most of the time they didn't even use. But if you want to get a pick off starting with the Ravage and then trying to team fight, it's not gonna work because that's the tool that you want to have in a team fight. It looked really chaotic what they were doing throughout the mid game.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they were lacking team cohesion, or someone was ignoring some in-game calls from their leader. Something happened in the middle of that game that went wrong for Mahoney squad. But yeah, PA Midas coming to pubs near you. Swift ending, thank you so much. I'll be excited to see more hands of Midas. Game 1 done in the books there for EPG as they start this best of 3 off with what felt like an awkward draft, but they outplay, they outmaneuver, and they look pretty strong as a squad. So Lacoste will take a bit of a break. We'll jump into lobby for game 2, and we'll bring you the rest of this best of 3. See you guys in a little bit.
This arena is about ready to explode. Welcome to ESL One. Let's get this started. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Grabbing up the epicenter comes in. Oh, it's a big one as well. Look at this damage. The BKB